IOI is a scientist of world ranking in the field of informatics. His contacts with the World Society of Scientists and Businessmen will contribute to the development of IOI worldwide. We know that his participations in the conference in September 26 in Milano produced great interest in the team leaders of the countries participating in IOI 2012. Therefore, we consider to be absolutely necessary to include Professor Sendo in the Board of Patrons. This will give us the opportunity to communicate with him during the time of future IOI and will contribute to the development of IOI. With the inclusion of Professor Sendo in the Board of Patrons, he will receive honorary recognition for his merit in the creation of IOI 25 years ago. Professor Sendo was President of the Parliament of the Republic of Bulgaria, President of the Bulgarian Academy of Science, Minister of Science and Higher Education, Ambassador of Bulgaria in Japan, Dean of the Faculty of Mathematics and Informatics, and Rector of Sofia University, St. Klein Moritz, and the first Bulgarian university, an organizer of an adult schools in which children for 5th grade study computer programming, and he is currently President of the International Association of Universities, an extraordinary Vice President of ICSU, and President of IFIP. Now I will read our recommendation signed from the President of the Bulgarian Academy of Science. That organization created IOI in 1987. I will just read one paragraph. We, the team of the Bulgarian Academy of Science, will be grateful to the IOI International Committee if you will decide to pay a tribute to Professor Sendo on the occasion of the 80th anniversary by including him on the Board of Patrons for his service rendered to the IOI as its initiator in 1987. At this moment, we present
un documento
the document
que está firmado por muchos líderes de ustedes.
that is signed for several of the team leaders.
Después que conocieron al profesor Sendo, llevó destacado labor y trabajo en la World.
After they meet Professor Sendo of his work in the world.
Profesor Sendo quiere ayudar IOI directo
Professor Sendo wants to directly help IOI
y quiere ser presente en cada Olimpiada futura junto con nosotros,
and he wants to be present in every future Olympiad together with us.
y todos esos países que firmaron este documento quieren que él sea presente para que obtengan su experiencia acá dentro de futuros IOI.
And all the signers countries want Professor Sendo to be in the Board of Patrons to the next IOI.
O sea, la única posibilidad para que el profesor Sendo sea acá con nosotros
The only possibility for Professor Sendo to be here with us
y para que trabaje para IOI, porque sus contactos son muy destacados del mundo
and to work for IOI because their contacts are very
en parte de informática y en parte de business de informática y computers.
He has very good contacts in informatics and business.
Él puede ayudar a IOI no solo con su contacto científico, sino con su contacto de business para ayudar a IOI financieramente.
He can help IOI with scientific contacts and also in fundraising.
Porque en ese board de patrons, una vez que cuando entra él, todos los contactos que él tiene van a pedir a Richard para que entren también con su potencia para ayudar a nuestra organización IOI.
Once he gets into the Board of Patrons, he will help other people to join the Board of Patrons. help IOI financially.
IOI necesita plata, necesita dinero.
IOI needs money,
Y por eso lo pido a ustedes, por favor consideren al creador de Olimpiada que quiere ayudar a IOI. Después de 25 años, esa posibilidad no está ocupada y en este momento tenemos buen chance para que la tenemos. Sí, bueno, lo vamos a repetir. Vamos a repetir, por favor. Queremos decir lo siguiente, que si nosotros todos estamos de acuerdo que por primera vez una persona puede entrar en MVP,
if we all agree that for the first time one person can enter to the BP
con objetivo de ayudar forma financiera a IOI,
with the aim to help IOI financially
y presentar el mundo más alto con su presencia y con su personalidad, y para presentar IOI en the world
and to represent IOI in the world
de más alto nivel que tiene él,
as the highest level he has.
tenemos que considerar que es la mejor propuesta para entrar una persona en PP.
We have to consider this as the best proposal to create the BP.
Estamos seguros que después de esto, otra persona más importante puede entrar igualmente en BP y ayudar a Richard para que tiene más plata para mejor de IOI.
We are sure that more people can join the BP after that.
Parece, por favor, considérenlo bien eso y le damos una gracia a persona que creó IOI.
So please consider this and thank the persons who created IOI.
Si no le hacemos esto, eso significa que nosotros no somos agradecidos a la persona que hizo esto. No creo que no somos agradecidos.
If we don't do that, it would mean that we are not thankful to the person who created
En
IOI.
todo contrario, aquí hay muchas firmas que son agradecidos. Yo creo que otros que no se incluyeron porque no le presentamos ese papel son agradecidos igualmente como eso. Por favor, considérenlo bien y Richard también considéralo. Richard, tómenlo ese por favor y muchas gracias por su comprensión. Ya, muchas gracias, Richard. Quiero que hagas bueno que es esa propuesta.
Let me thank Alexander for his enthusiasm in putting forward his proposal. I think it is only fair, since I think there are about 24 signatures on this document supporting his proposal, that we take another vote on it at this particular moment. I would again just remind the General Assembly that Professor Sendov was recognised by the IOI and presented with a Distinguished Service Award on Wednesday. I certainly had a communication with him then, and we are going to be staying in touch, and I will be keeping him informed about the IOI. I personally do not believe that the Board of Patrons is the most appropriate way to recognise him. I certainly appreciate the suggestion and the enthusiasm behind it. But please, can we take a vote on the specific issue about whether we should invite Professor Sendov to become a member of the Board of Patrons? Would all those who are in favour... Oh, sorry, we have a question.
I think as long as the Board of Patrons doesn't exist yet, could you please elaborate again what the meaning of the Board of Patrons was?
Of course, so the question was, what is the Board of Patrons?
It's empty.
Existing on the regulations from about 1995 is a Board of Patrons, which is designed to be a group of individuals who are renowned within sort of business or academia, who can support the objectives of the IOI. We have not had any members of this organisation since that particular date, but the Board of Patrons still exists on our regulations. It would certainly be a helpful thing for the International Olympiad in Informatics if we had leaders in business and academia supporting us. And at the moment, that is not the case. Are there any other questions?
I have very in favor of this motion. But just reading the original text, at the beginning, there is a statement saying that he is a very famous scientist and a businessman. But just reading that what he has done, then he is very sure the great scientist. But I have some since I have a native English speaker, so businessman, what the businessman intends to mean, I feel some difference or feeling that it is not very difficult. This is my impression.
Okay, thank you very much. Estonia, please.
I would like to ask if Professor himself has been made aware of this situation and what his feelings are.
So I did not have a detailed conversation with Professor Sendov on this particular matter because the GA had previously voted that we were not going to offer him this position. However, I agreed that I would keep him informed about the activities of the IOI, and he certainly seemed keen for that to happen. I do know that Alexandra passed on to him a copy of the original proposition, so I believe he is aware of the original proposition and perhaps as importantly the support of the Bulgarian Academy of Science.
I feel that the feeling here seems to be that we need to honor him by putting in the Board of Patrons, but I feel it's very much not the purpose of the Board of Patrons as an honorary position. The honorary things we have in the IOI is the Distinguished Service Award that we gave him. And we also did something very special for this particular man. We voted in the GA instead of just having the IC decide on the matter, meaning that we told him that not only does the IC think so, but the entire community agrees that he really needs to have Distinguished Service Award, which he got. The Board of Patrons is supposed to be a body that doesn't exist, which is sad, but it's supposed to be a body that can help us right now, raising money, working with industry, working with academia. I do not think that that should be an honorary position. It will make it impossible in the future to create an actual Board of Patrons that will actually be able to work with us to raise money and raise awareness. This is not a disrespect. This is just not an honorary position.
Thank you. So, I realise we did put a vote on this earlier in the week. Sorry, Denmark.
I think we should not take the vote, because in case that vote is against the proposition, then we are telling the man, here's the thing we are not giving you. I don't think we should do that. I think we should stick to the original and we decide what we want to give for our feeling of honor.
Well, of course, we're not limited to just either doing or not doing something this year. Something could, of course, occur next year. And so perhaps what would be advisable, given that we have recognised him this year, would be for me to be communicating with him and to unofficially find out what sort of interest, what sort of commitment he might be able to give towards such a position. And if it seems that he would be prepared to give us his time and he would be interested, then maybe this particular proposition could be put before this body next year. perhaps I could see just a show of placards on that particular issue, for me to speak with Professor Sendov, and for the issue to come up again next year if he is keen to be involved in our community. Would all those in favour please show their placards? And can I please see a show if anybody is against that proposition? Thank you. So in which case that motion is carried, and I believe that brings us to the end of our business. So I would just like to say, Wolfgang.
I think before ending this meeting, before ending kind of this IOI, I think we have missed something, and maybe missed someone. No matter of what might have happened, but during all this IOI, I've seen a great passion to make this a wonderful competition in the local organizing people. And the man in front of them was Roberto, a member of our community, and I think
Thank you very much. You've now shortened my speech this afternoon as well. Thank you everybody for all your time, both this morning and at previous meetings of the General Assembly, and of course during the week. Thank you very much.